Hi, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. Happy New Year, and a new airplane. Luckily, Horizon Hobby finally got some of these FMS P-47s in, and if they're still available, I'll have it linked in the description box. But after the one that I had where the battery fell out and it crashed, I really needed another one, and I've just been waiting. And they finally showed in stock, so I got a new one, and I'm pretty happy about this. Today we're going to do the maiden, and there'll be no inverted flight until I get around to doing a modification that'll hold that battery tray in, but it should be okay for right side up flight. Let's get this thing in the air and see how it does. All right, guys, Ohio continues to get a little bit of wind out of the south, and it's kind of nice because it's holding the temperatures up. I am at 100% throws on everything. I did dial in 25% expo and the ailerons and elevator. I did put one click on the flaps. I got it set like, I forget how it works, but it's like 40% or something for takeoff flaps. Anyways, the wind's coming out of that direction, so we're going to take off that direction. And might not be a super long flight because of it being kind of dark out, but I had to get out and fly. It's New Year's Day. I always fly on New Year's Day, and luckily it's not super cold. All right, I'm stalling. Throttle cut off. Let's do it. All right, flaps going up, gear going up. About half throttle as we ease around here. I do have all the things on there, which on my first one, I never flew it with, are those rocket tubes or guns or something that are next to the wing bombs or tanks or whatever they are. Unfortunately, I don't know all the things about this airplane, but I do know it looks absolutely gorgeous flying through the air. Now, I did set it up with safe, and it's not on right now, but I did set it up so that it had envelope, I think it's called. So it only let it get to a certain bank. So I turned that on. It should not feel anything special until it gets to a certain angle. Yep, right there it locked in, and there it locked in. So it won't let it roll upside down. And I felt like that was a good idea since I don't want to fly it upside down. I went ahead and turned it on. It doesn't affect hardly anything else about the flight. Just does not let it roll over. So until I got the modification done, I am good with that. This airplane looks so good with those stripes, and the things on there look really cool. And I just love the Razorback look of the P-47. And this is flying super good for a maiden. I'm very happy. Everything feels very well balanced. I am flying with the Spectrum 6S 5000 in there, and it slid right down in that nose. It's all the way forward, and it feels great. That takeoff looked good. I never really got to full throttle, and it lifted into the air nicely. I probably will have to mix in a little bit of down elevator trim. But man, look how straight that thing looks, and I've not done anything with the trim. It is maybe just slightly rolling to the left. Let's see, let it go. It looks pretty straight, maybe a little tiny climb, but for the most part, it looks great. About a half throttle pass. This thing is awesome, and that's why I was so upset when I crashed the other one, and I knew that I was going to end up buying another one. I was trying to fix it, but then servos started going bad and stuff from the crash, and I was like, all right, they got them. The ones I need out for the flaps on the other airplane are like buried in the wing, and because of the way it crashed, I had to glue the wing all together, so it doesn't really, I can't really get to them that easy. But man, it looks good. I do have this timer set to 5 minutes, and I do think that that's probably a decent amount of time for this airplane, because I am flying with the 5000. I think it probably will do 5 minutes no problem with a 4000 even, especially since I'm keeping the throttle kind of low. I've been in the 1/2 to 3/4 this whole flight, and it looks good. I'm so happy to have this airplane back. The other one, I had to fix the wing, and so the geometry of the wing's not quite right, and it did not cut through the air like it did when it was new. And so it's nice to have this new airplane flying like I remember. Feels so good. Let's get the gear down. It takes a little while for the gear to come out because it's supposed to be realistic. And then we'll take a look at the landing approach. We will throw on the flaps for the landing because I will want to slow this down on that approach, and I don't want to come in dead stick. I think my timer is counting down, or did count down. We want to bring the approach in something like that, but with the flaps down to slow it down. So let's take it back down this way, and right about here we're going to go to the flaps, and you can see it ballooned up. Like I said, I'm going to have to mix in some down elevator. Nice thing is we'll just let it drop right down in here, and that'll slow it down nicely. There we go, we're on the ground. Beautiful, beautiful maiden flight with the FMS P-47. I think it's either 1400 or 1500 millimeter wingspan. And man, I just love this airplane. It's right up there with the Pitts. I just absolutely love these FMS big birds. They fly so good and they look great. So big thanks to the Lord for a beautiful first day of the year. I said beautiful. It's been drizzly wet all day, and this is almost my first chance to get out with no kind of rain at all. It's finally dried up, and I didn't want to get my transmitter wet, and anyways, this was the first time that I was able to get out here today. So it's a little bit dark. Hopefully you guys can see it okay, and just happy that it flew so good right out of the box, man. This thing is awesome. Like I said, I'll have it linked in the description box if it's available. I'll make sure you guys can find it. I'll link the battery too. I am using the AR 80 whatever it is, the 8-channel smart receiver. I got that in there. I don't know that that's necessary, but because the ailerons and the flaps are linked together, the gear's linked together. It probably was only 6 channels, so you could probably get away with the 630, AR 630 or 631. You could probably use one of those in here. I just happen to have the 8-channel version, so I'll have all of them linked out down there for you guys too. Anyways, Happy New Year to everybody. Until next time, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here.